We all got 6 pounds of germs on us. 6 pounds. Each person. Whoa. Your navel alone got millions and millions of organisms that's alive in your navel right now. So God could be small. He could be somewhere that you just don't even see him. You never know what it is. Like you cannot even see him. You know, we can't even see stuff. So we limited by our sight. Like whoever made us, we're not gonna give them this many colored things. There's colors we can't see. I mean, so whoever made us just enough to hear. I mean, we can't see stuff. We can't. I mean, like even like microwaves, they found out by mistake. Like we're not equipped to know. Whoever made us limited us. I mean, we can't fly. I mean, so it's like we're not gonna be able to find out the answers right now. I mean, but at the same time, you can still search.
That's true.
But how can you kill somebody with stuff that we know we don't know?
Right.
I mean, that's to me. When I see like the Palestine, they fighting over in Gaza Strip and all that, I'm like, they all crazy. They all are crazy. They can't because they like, well, I believe in this. I'm a Jewish. I'm a Muslim. We gotta kill each other. Y'all both could be wrong.
Right. And I don't know how people kill people in the name of religion anyway. To me, that seems like an oxymoron.
That's a human being.
Like, yeah, like I'm.
I wish I could just talk to them like, yo, listen, I know you believe in your religion real heavy. I mean, y'all might be halfway right, both of y'all. But y'all might will both be wrong. And if you can't say to yourself that I could be wrong because I didn't see none of this stuff I'm killing about, you're crazy. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not killing you because I'm a Muslim or I'm Christian and you do something else and I might be wrong. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like humans is a letdown.
Ooh.
Humans is a letdown. And I'm talking about myself included.
Yeah, nah, I feel you.
We just a letdown. We do stuff that's like, we could do so much more. Like, I mean, that's probably why we only use a little bit of our brain.
That's true. And I don't believe that we really live like it's no tomorrow. Like, there's no way, because if we felt like I woke up this morning, I'm not thinking tomorrow might not come, bro. I got to seize this thing. It's not like that at all.
People don't live like that.
No,
we don't. See, I live like that because I almost didn't make it home a lot of times.
That's a different story, yeah.
But you look at this, for instance, it's a guy, right? This is people that got hit in their head and they become geniuses. You ever see that?
Yeah.
This guy got hit with a baseball in his head, was a regular guy, then he wake up, he's a genius. That alone lets you know you're not using your brain. You're not using your brain. I mean, he had to get hit in his head but that happened to a lot of people to get hit in their head and they become, one guy got hit in his head, he started to see numbers. He could do like pi to like 1,000 times without thinking about it. Mm-hmm. Some people got hit in their head, they could tell you what date is, any day is. Like, or you could say 1776, February 1st. It's a Tuesday. Mm-hmm. They know. Mm-hmm. That alone lets you know we don't unlock what we can do. We could do so much more. We limited by, I guess, whatever we're doing. God, like, or the higher power, whoever made us, like saying like, we're not ready yet. Mm-hmm. I mean, they don't even know what their ability to do, but they not ready. They killing over this stuff. We can't let them be too smart. We already can make bombs and stuff. Like they get any smarter. I mean, it's like we limited ourselves. Like I mean, but a person like me from the hood, nobody, a white person that think they better than me, they won't ask me no questions about this type stuff. Mm-hmm. They'll just see me and just say, well, he got a record. Well, we know he about to do something wrong. You know what I mean? Not knowing every person is different. Yeah. When I see a white person, I don't think like that because that could be my best friend.
That's true.
He might be more loyal than, I mean, so like you eliminate yourself, just that alone lets you know how retarded humans is. Mm-hmm. We retarded. And I always say, I'm talking about me too. Yeah. Because we all got something, like we see somebody like we judge them. It's because you can't help that. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But you got to train yourself to say, Dad, I can't judge this person. I don't know this person at all. Mm-hmm. This person might be a better friend to me than anybody I've ever met in my life.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But like, but we don't do it.
We don't. It's a fact. I mean, I think too, though, like, even from this conversation, people might watch it and be like, you know what? I have all these thoughts, and I don't say it, but now that I saw Oschino talking about it and sharing these things, like, and it's crazy and corny, maybe as that could sound. That's the reality, though. We gotta be able to have these conversations. It can't always be entertainment. Like, we gotta get to the soul of the person. Yeah, because
we get caught up on the wrong things, like the word nigger, right? They say, well, don't say this word, don't say that. They're giving this word power when this word don't have, like words only meant to explain how you feel about something, or this a pot. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, if I'm saying nigga and that's in a good way, that's a good word at that point. Mm-hmm. At that point, if I'm telling you in an endearment way, you making it a bad word. So you making somebody could take a word and make it bad. If I'm telling you in it in a good way. You know what I mean? So it's like, and we'll get caught up on that, talking about this instead of worry about the stuff that's important. Mm-hmm. Don't say nigga. I hear them talk about that. Who cares about it? Who says nigga? Like, if a white person say nigga, you want to do something to him? Go ahead. Because you understand you're saying it with malice intent. I mean, but if a black boy say it, he's saying it like, that's you saying like, I love you, dog. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So they like worry about the word instead of what the meaning is. I mean, when words is only to express the meaning that you're trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, people that be saying this stuff, these people that I think smarter than me, I'm like, why are they so dumb though? I mean, like you could be dumb at the same time as you're smart, because common sense is just not really common.
Mm-hmm. That's true, and it's also challenging the narrative. We got a lot of people that just want to follow, and which is ironic that on social media, it's called following people.
Yeah,
like it's another degree or another layer of that similar concept. So to stay outside of something, it's more uncomfortable. It's not the norm. It doesn't feel good. And also it could be viewed as, like you said, when you're younger, it's not as cool to talk about your feelings or to express things. But when you get older, it's like, if you want to listen, I'm going to talk about it.
Because in the hood, people look for any weakness in you. Any weakness in you, they're going to exploit it, especially in the penitentiary. Oh, man. You show weakness, somebody probably has sex with you. You know what I mean? So you got to watch what you say. You got to watch what you move. You can't play. I mean, the state penitentiary is different from the county jail, but like, you can't even cry. You can't cry in jail. I'm not in front of nobody.
Right.
I don't care what you going through. You better not cry. Like, you got to, I mean.
Can you cry now? Do you cry?
Yeah, but not in jail.
No, I mean now, just like dealing with.
Yeah. It's so crazy. I felt comfortable to cry when I was about 40.
40?
Yeah. Because you know what's crazy? When I used to see somebody cry, it used to make me feel like I hated them.
When somebody else cried, it made you feel like you hated them?
It made me like you was so weak. It was like you disgusted me. Like,
wow.
And it was a feeling that I couldn't help. It ain't like I just thought about it's just like I couldn't help. Like, you crying, like, it was disgusting to me. I mean, because I just thought, like, you ain't supposed to cry. You mean? Then
that's male or female? Like,
no, males.
Okay.
Males. I mean,
I would say you had some tough women around you.
No.
They wasn't crying.
Males, like, I'm like, you crying? Like, I mean, it's just like, but now it's like, it make you feel better. Some stuff too bad to keep in.
Whew. Yo, he's preaching. Did you hear it? Like,
yeah,
he just said it feels better. Like,
you gotta let it go. Like, I mean, so then I don't think I'm talking when I got shot, I ain't cry. I mean, I cried when I was 28. I remember, it's so crazy. I remember when I cried. I mean, I'm like, why I'm crying? Like, I mean, like, what the fuck what you doing? Like, it was shocking to me. I'm like, what the fuck is you crying for? I mean, so, I mean, then I cried. I can't remember. I don't think I cried in my 30s at all. If I did, I mean, I think I cried one time. I can't lie. My man Hassan May, who got life when he was like 14, 15. He was my sully. And I was mad. It was a mad cry. It wasn't a sad cry. It was like a mad cry. Like, I couldn't do nothing about it. But when I got older, I said, crying, you gotta cry. Because I feel like you're just releasing bad stuff out you. I mean, of course, you don't want to be crying all the time, but like sometimes, now it's like, I be saying movies, but you know what? When you start putting yourself in people's shoes, when you're young, you don't.
Right.
You start feeling their story, even if it ain't your story, it make you ready to cry. Like, I mean, I be watching TV and it could be a white little girl, a black, it don't matter. Like, damn, man, you want to do something to help them. Yeah. But that's your humanity in you. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter what you've been through if you got humanity. But some people just bad people. I'm talking about they just bad. Everything about them is bad. When they come around, you just feel it. They bad.
And how do you think they got? Like, do you think they
born like that? I think they past life. And that's my guess. Like,
of course, yeah. We just talking
because you could have a bad person that's from a family full of good people.
That's true.
I mean, but it's like I think they past life. I think about it. Why do you act like how you? Nobody acts like you. No, we was all from the same mom and dad. We supposed to be the same. Because we learning the same stuff. We around the same environment. Why are we so different? I mean, because it's like it got to be something that you're carrying over from somewhere else.
Yeah, that's deep that there is just some bad people. But we definitely got to make sure that we having tears and expressing it and getting it out there because it's not going to change. It's going to be bottled up.
And you got to tell people how you feel about them before they die or you die. Because like, I mean, it's like a lot of times like people I lost.
Do you have something that you wish you would have said? Like,
yeah, a lot of stuff. I wish I'd have said. With my son, I don't.
Your son, you don't?
No, yeah, that's the only thing. Me and Freeway was talking about. I was like,
man, you just lit up when you said that.
Yeah, I got no regrets because you know why? Because he got to be with me from seeing me from being a hooligan to. He like, Dad, why you doing that? Like, you going to school? Like, what are you doing? I mean, he started seeing. And I used to talk to him, explain to him why I was doing the stuff I was doing. Because they used to me being. I used to be like, more street type of person. I mean, I started telling them this and that and the third, and I could see when they learn it, and when you're talking to them, they face change, like, oh, I get it. I mean, because you could tell a young person something, and some of them can get it. I mean, so like I got no regrets with him.
You said you and Freeway was talking about
like our sons and stuff, like because he lost his. He came to my son's funeral, and his son died that day. The same day he came to my son's funeral.
I didn't know it was the same day. Dang.
It's 4 days apart, and we 4 days apart. I'm 4 days older than Freeway. Our sons died 4 days apart. When my other son got 20 to 40, his daughter died. The same time. Like the same time. So we was going through the same thing. And I'm like, Freeway like that, we 4 days apart and our kids died 4 days apart. I mean, we was the same exact age when our kids died. By the day. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at it like, and I swear numbers got something to do with stuff. Numbers never lie. I mean, so it's like, and I be trying to figure it out, but I know I got enough schooling enough to find out everything that I be knowing that I could just prove. I think everything can be proven, but you got to be smart enough to prove it. You know what I mean? Like, you got to build the right technology to see that it's ghosts. I mean, you see that stuff that you can't explain. Science can't explain it. The science that we know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just like so. I'm like, I wish I would have was more open about this when I was younger. To have more time. Time running out.
Mm-hmm.
Every day you wake up, your time's running out. I mean, and you get a certain age, like you got this much. To be realistic with yourself, you got this much time left, and I mean, you're going to probably spend it wisely. You might not want to spend it thinking about that. But if I was younger, that would have been my whole goal, to find out what happened when you die. I mean, because even if you can't find out everything, you can find out some stuff.
Yeah,
some stuff will help a lot of people out.
That's true. It will help me out, because I'm telling you that like. I don't even know if I'd be more sad for like how I feel or like how my people are going to feel, like because like thinking about the pain that I've experienced burying people that I love a lot. So sometimes I get real caught up thinking like, man, I don't ever want my mom to have to like feel that. Like I don't want that. But I mean,
I wish I prayed when I used to pray. I wish I prayed that I die before my son. That's something I regret. Like I wish I'd have just prayed like, let me die before my son, because you don't want to see that. But you automatically think you're going to die before your kids, but that's not the case all the time. Mm-hmm. And I don't care if your kid 30 or 40. If your kid die, it's going to be a real parent. Now, if you ain't a real parent, it's like when I see the kids, not saying they dad's wrong or not, but when I see the dad's marching with the kids, the cops done killed their kid. I don't understand that. Because if you kill a cop, kill my kid, whoever that cop is, I'm killing him. You're not killing my son, and then that's it. You know what I mean? So when I see him marching, I'm like, you're a dad, I understand you don't want to go to jail and all that, but like certain you're gonna die anyway. You want to die safe in the house while somebody could just got the right to kill your son? I don't understand that thinking. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like for me, I'm like, well, maybe he don't love him as much as I love my son.
Right. Do you feel like that was kind of harder because there wasn't anybody particular? Again, I don't know the full story as far as how your son died, but because someone didn't kill him and it was an accident, like there wasn't like I can go kill this person back.
That make it harder.
Does that make it harder?
Yeah. Make it harder because I mean, my life, I don't care. Like I ain't gonna say I don't care about my life, but when it comes to something like that, I go to the penitentiary. Because it's like I couldn't live with it. Yeah, I can't live with that. I can't live with that. I mean, there's no way. I ain't that scary. I mean, like for you, like Zimmerman boy. Yeah. There's no way his dad wasn't supposed to go smoke him from and the people will understand. You killed a little boy. I mean, so I'm like, yo, marching out. So I'm like, yo, I don't understand. They kill about the wrong stuff, but don't kill us. Won't do that. I mean, so it's like. I mean, but I look at it, that's not the society's job. That's the father's job. It's your job to protect your kid. If a man could come kill your son and he feel like he can just make jokes about it, and you ain't doing nothing about that.
It is a tough one.
So you could live your comfortable life and you let your son just go on and you just comfortable. You should feel guilty, so guilty that you can't even look at yourself in the mirror. And I'm talking about, for me, that's how I would feel. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's like, I mean, and it's all wrong. Somebody could wrong could make you become wrong.
That's true.
I mean, so it's gonna take from you, but that's why I said you don't got control over your life, because somebody could come out right here and smack you. You're gonna do something. Yeah. Somebody come out here and shoot you. You're gonna have to do something. So every day that something don't happen, you gotta feel like this is a blessing.
Yeah, that's true.
Because a person that's living an evil life, you could be living your best life, could come mess your whole life up, and you have no control over that. So people swear they got plans. I'm gonna go to this school. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. A person that's pumping gas that don't have a dime right now could mess your whole life up at a gas station, at a mall, at anywhere. You mean? So what you really gotta do is be thankful for every day and try to help many people that you come in contact with. Because that person that you come in contact with that's pumping gas, that kid could be the kid that kill your kid if you don't. But your conversation on your little $5 might change his plight on look on life. I see people come in the gas station, see kids pumping gas, don't give them nothing. No, I'm cool. No, I pump it myself. I mean, if a kid out pumping gas, even if he got a family home, he's trying to hustle the right way, or there's no reason for you not to help him, whatever you can help him with. You know what I mean? So I've been looking at society, I'm like, yo, we do stuff, we don't understand that everything we all connected. Yeah. Everybody connected. It don't matter where you at. It's like the environment. Like you see how everything connected in the environment. If a fire happened in America, the smoke go in the air, go land in Africa somewhere. I mean, it's like, so we swear like if you got money and all that, you like, I don't got nothing to do with that. It still can affect you. If it don't affect you, it affects somebody that you love, that it was going to affect you anyway. You know what I mean? So, but me saying it like I'm just a rapper boy that's from Philly, like I ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think if a powerful enough person like Oprah Winfrey or somebody says it, I mean, but I think she got to be, even though she got billions, I think she got to be political. Like it's still.
Yeah, I think
she can't say whatever she really feel. You know what I mean? Because she's Oprah. You know I mean? So it's like you got to get somebody that's right in between that to change people's looks on life. I mean, it's gonna be somebody that's young, that's probably not born yet, that's gonna change. It's gonna take one person.
Right. I mean, as far as changing the world, but I think personally you're underestimating your influence, right? So when this interview, this conversation hits wherever it's going to hit, it's going to change people's lives. It's going to make, most importantly, make people think And that's one of the things that we lack to do. We just like, da, 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 da. But it's because it's challenging me. Like, I'm sitting here like, man, I got so much I need to think about. And that's what we got to do is reconsider it, because some people, unfortunately, won't take from it and learn anything. But there might be somebody who's going to feel certain levels of hope, even just the fact to know that I'm not crazy. Dang, like, Oschino, like, people really like dealing with this loss, dealing with all these things. I'm supposed to be like this dude. I'm from the hood. I'm tough. I can't cry. Like, and he's telling you to cry. So like, cry. If you need to do that, reach out, talk to somebody.
But there's nothing like being yourself. You feel so free when you can just be yourself. Because when you're young, you put up this front. You got to keep on fronting in the front. When you could just be yourself, it's just like, you just let it all. You're like, dang. And people like you or don't like you, it don't matter. As long as you could be being yourself. I mean, so when I started feeling sad about my son, I was talking about it. Like, and I was talking about it everywhere I could go. I could talk about it. And it was making me feel a little better. Because I can't kill myself because I'm a coward. I can't do it. I'm scared. But and plus I don't want to end up somewhere worse than I'm at now. But I definitely wanted to die. It's times that I wanted to die, but I just wouldn't do it myself. But it was times I like, man, I wanted to die. It just happened to people that got shot. I was just turning my life around, so I didn't want to die at that point. But if you'd have shot me maybe 7 months before that, I'd have been like, cool. Like, I'm ready to I'm tired of this life. Because life get hard. And life get hard for everybody. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care what your race is. Nobody got it easy. Nobody's going to get out this life without nothing going to happen to them.
Exactly.
They say some stuff happen more than the others, but I guess you only can get what you can handle. And even though I didn't think I could handle it, I've been handling it. So like I got his daughter. And I just all the love I have for him, I'm just going to give to her. Till I pass away or whatever. But I just know when you pass away, it's not over. I don't know what happened. It can't be over. It's because that's too cruel. It's too much of a waste. Because your experiences that you had here, what they just go to waste now?
That's true.
It's a be a waste. So like I ain't mean to get all scientific, but it's like
this is what we needed to do.
This is the essence of life. Like you can worry about your job, you can worry about paying rent, but at the end of the day, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Everybody says heaven and hell. What do they judge for you to go into this place that you call heaven and hell? Just in case it is real. Once you want to just be a good person, living your best life, like just in case.
Exactly.
Even if you're just in case, I don't want to be having a bad hair and then die and have it bad again. Like, so like maybe black people got a bad hair because when the next level of life maybe they automatically just go somewhere. But then I hate the fact that the good white people, that people like John Brown that died for black people back in the slavery times, they clump all white people that's bad and they make them because all white people not bad.
I agree with that 100%.
I can't even say. I don't know what percentage of it because nobody can know, but like, just because a white person might say a bad word about a black person, that don't mean they racist. That don't mean they bad.
Exactly.
They're just keeping it real. They just say how they feel at that moment. They don't mean they think like that all the time, but we so fast because it's like political to say, "Are you racist?" You can say, I don't like this black bastard," and don't mean racist. Like he's black and he a bastard and he's making you mad and you don't like him right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like you don't jump just like, but the way we made to think like, yo, he said that. Oh my God, let's. Now a lot of white people are racist. They hate us.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But I just can't believe any human being that's smart enough to have a brain. I don't think they would be racist. You know what I mean? So a person that's racist, you got to feel sorry for him.
That's true.
Like it's like a white cat saying I don't like black cats. Imagine a white cat walking in like if they could talk. I don't like black cats. Yeah. We like y'all cats. Like what the fuck you mean?
Yeah.
You want to it'd be like the dumbest thing to you ever. Y'all are cats. Like,
yeah.
If y'all can have a baby together, y'all coincide together.
That's why it's taught. Because you see that a lot of times where you'll see like two little kids when they're young and they don't even realize they're just like playing together and they don't even know I'm white. You're black.
Because they made it like that. Exactly. At the end of the day, it's not even a thing. That's not even supposed to be a thing. Just imagine if that wasn't a thing. Like if it didn't exist at all. We ain't talk about it. Nobody thought about it like that. This world would be so different. Like Chinese people, even Chinese, like it's not a thing. Whatever you are, that's what you happen to be. That don't matter. That got nothing to do with nothing. That'd be so different. But we like be fine. Anything to be different. I mean, like I seen them. Like they had a thing. Like this is something I just didn't understand. They had a thing about gay people getting married. Right? Mind you, I'm in prison. I don't care about the news and all that stuff. Like gay people get married. Who cares? Why would you care about? Why would you care about that? What would make you, especially if you're not even gay? Yeah. Why you care about if they get married or not? No, they can't get married. Why? That to me was like, is this a thing? People marching for that? Like what? And I start saying, yo, maybe I'm smarter than a lot of people, or maybe I see stuff wrong, or like I just don't get it. Why was that's like me saying I don't want two wells to get married. I'm not a well. Why do I care if two wells get married?
Exactly. Why do we care? If
the two wells love each other. I should want them to get married.
Right.
Why would I want them to get married? They ain't in my house. And if they love each other, then maybe they'd be better people. Like, it'd be like so crazy the stuff that people worry about and they get to make it on the news and get the march about it and vote and stuff about that. I'm like, man, I ain't ready for this. This world ain't for me.
Yeah.
I might have been born too early. I need a world that's like more advanced than this.
Yeah, I think you need a microphone more. I mean, I know you have some. No pun intended. I know he is a rapper.
We kind of talked about like the gay stuff. Like, all right, if somebody's gay, right? They born gay. They trying to be regular because nobody wants to be different. But always feel some type of sympathy for that person. Like I mean, no, we probably can't hang together because you're a gay person, right? Do stuff girls do, and we don't hang with girls. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, why would you hate them? Like you don't got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? If I got a flat tire, I told my son, if you had a flat tire and you was on the highway, and the next place was 20 miles away, and somebody gay stopped, and they was pink on, playing some gay music, I say, yo, let me help you with your tire. My son said, I say no. I said, guess what? You'll be a walking ass then. You'll be a walking ass. Guess what? Come on, homie, come on, get this tire. I mean, so like, you never know what somebody having sex with. They might not be gay. They might be still having sex with somebody that's taboo or something. That's, I mean, so I'm like, you worry about the wrong stuff. Like we worry about the wrong stuff too much. You know what I mean? And when you're young, you got to say that right thing because you don't want to seem different. Like, yeah, I hate them. And I mean, but like at the end of the day, everybody's different to a certain degree. And if it ain't affecting you, why do you care?
Exactly. And that's why, again, I mean, thank you for raising all those points. It's super important that we understand that because that is true.
And really mind you, this ain't politically correct. I don't care about being politically correct at all.
No.
You know, some people say stuff like that just because they want to. I don't care about none of that.
No, I think it's genuine.
If it was wrong, I don't care. They can't ban me. I get money anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't stop. I mean, I don't have no boss. I don't have none of that stuff. I mean, it's just an honest thing. Like, I mean, because when I was younger, I wouldn't have said that because I wouldn't have said it because of the pressure of where I'm from.
Got you.
And I wouldn't have been like, they'd be like, what are you saying? What? Like, I remember we had a question. If your son was gay, would you still? No, I couldn't. This is what I was saying when I was 20-something. No. Now, I'm like, as a grown man, I would never cut my son off for nothing. I don't care. What do you mean? For nothing. I mean, because you never give up on your kids. Ever. I mean, like, might say, yo, because you don't wear a dress around me.
Right.
You don't do this around me. I mean, because it's just like, I mean, and I want you to have a kid. You got to adopt a kid or something. Do something. Keep your name going. I mean, but like, cut you off.
Right.
I know how I feel not to have no family. Like I was like, but I used to say that because that's the thing that I'm supposed to say. I'm from the hood. You got supposed to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, but when you start being a grown man and saying what you really feel, you influence people that are younger to say what they really feel.
I think that's facts. I mean, I think a couple of things there. So I think that's the one thing is that what you said back there is that people never consider to put themselves in someone else's shoes. If you do that, just for a second though, if you do it for a second, it will make a big difference. It's a true fact. So I'll tell you, my personal experience, like I'm married to a woman, like this is the thing, right? I have had plenty.
It's crazy. I didn't even know that.
No. And I ain't even, and that's my wife right there.
Oh yeah, it's
crazy.
That's crazy. I had no idea. This is my first time meeting you. I ain't had no idea. Just
exactly. But the reason why it's important is because I've actually never talked about this on my show, but I think it's important that when you say you consider being in someone else's shoes, okay? So I was raised, my mom is into religion. My wife's dad is a pastor as well. And, you know, we talk about our experiences. I have been delivered. I have tried so many times, Oschino, to not be gay. This is not what I wanted for my life. Like I'm telling you, like this, to have to be ostracized like that, to have to always have the conversations, to have to always deal with that. And I'm telling you, like my boyfriend that I had, he was good looking. You know, I had a good looking boyfriend. People couldn't understand it. They're like, hold on, like, why would you exactly? So like, why would I want to voluntarily do this? This is something that no matter if you think is right or if you think is wrong, understand what that person has to deal with. I've been well liked. I've been well received. I haven't had so much hatred. But even in my own heart,
it'd be harder for a man,
I've still felt, and I don't get to that too. I also do feel that men do deal with it a lot more difficult in certain ways, but I think that it's also ignorance because we also always go to sex. And that's another part of it where it's like, it's always sexualized. It's always sexualized and less humanized in a sense of, like you said, if two whales love each other, they love each other. It is what it is, but some people think about it in different ways. You bring religion into it. That's an aspect. There's so many things. You talk about passing your generation and not understanding that there's many ways now that if you want to continue to have biological children, that for the right amount of money, I'm not going to tell you it's expensive, you can actually continue your generation and your legacy. But I never had this conversation and you brought it out of me. The reason why is because I don't care enough to have someone understand fully, because I'm not going to debate you on my experience that I know firsthand that there are people who haven't been as fortunate as me that have lost their lives, died by suicide because they couldn't do it. The families abandoned them, turned their back on them, had so many experiences. So for those people, I'm going to speak up. They're just people. It's not going to ruin anything. You didn't even know that about me. So it's just like the simple fact is that why, like he's saying, does this even matter so much? I don't understand that. It's like, oh, we're going to stop humanity. How come there's so many people who are gay that are having children that are biologically theirs and continuing their legacy? That's not it. Because we're looking at it from a lot of people, a religious standpoint, again, to something that we don't actually really know
exactly
what's what. So now I hated my child their whole entire life, and now they died, and I didn't get a chance to do that because they were gay.
But just imagine this though: if you had a way to prove, like, if it was the last, you had a life before, and you was a man before, right? And they'd be like, "Oh, that's why you like that."
I have thought about that. Somebody actually had a conversation with me because I'm like a little bit. I'm not like masculine, but somebody has said that.
Like
to
one
me
of the
before.
kids that the reincarnation that I was talking about, he said, "Mom, I died in a fire in Chicago. I was a black. I was a lady." I mean, the little boy saying, "She's like, well, she's not paying no much." She looked up the name and everything, and he was a black lady before. Now he's a white boy. I mean, so life's so complicated. You never know because when we first born, we got the same thing. You mean? Do you see the kids that's in, I think Chile? When they turn 13, they grow penises. They be girls at first. They don't even know.
No, I never saw.
It's called. It's a name of it. I forgot. I mean, I study crazy stuff. Look it up when you finish. Look it up. They turn. They got, the name of them is that they turn boys at 13, but it's in Spanish. So 13 girls, they raise girls, and a lot of them like, I'm not a girl. Why are you making me? But they don't have girl parts. But at 13, they grow and they become boys. And it's the craziest thing. It's like that make you think. Well, what like is he get? Like, what would you say about him? How could you judge him? Imagine what he go through with himself inside himself. I mean, so if you look in the mirror, you love yourself or anything, you should want that feeling for everybody. I mean, so I'm like, I love myself. Like, I mean, I'm free. You look in the mirror and you see somebody else like they struggling with something. Why would you want them to struggle?
Well, I love myself. I'm gonna say this too. I'll be honest about that too. I love myself. But the reason why I haven't mainly talked about it too publicly, I'll talk about this offline and stuff, is because I do have fear of the hatred and the feedback, and just like I don't want my family and my wife, and I don't want to be harassed. I don't want to be reading all these comments. I don't want people, because like, you know, if you type somebody's name in, you can see certain stuff where they be at, things like that. Like I don't, because there's people who really do feel that strongly, and so I just like, I don't even want to deal with that. My life is good. I'm happy here. I'm chilling. But I just felt inspired to talk about it because it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
I mean, the only reason I talk about it like because it's a lot on the news a lot. It's like they talk about it a lot. Like I mean, like
a lot of people do.
Yeah, because if it wasn't on TV so much, like I wouldn't even think about it. I mean, at all. Because in the penitentiary, it's a whole different type of life. Like when people that's gay, like in the jail, it's like that's like it's accepted to a point. It's like you ain't gonna say nothing about it. First of all, the boy that's gay will kill you. Like I mean, like
right, that's true.
So it's like you around it enough, close enough to see it, and like. He's still a killer. He's still whatever. But like, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, one thing is that who cares? People that do that stuff don't have no life. Like somebody that want to kill Obama or even Donald Trump. You want to kill Donald Trump because he's like, all right, he's a jack. He do stuff, say some crazy stuff. But you got time in your life to make a plot to kill this man. Like your life is not right.
Yeah, that's true.
You need to reevaluate your life instead of worry about that. I mean, so it's like people like that. It's just like they're not there. I mean, they not like you're right. They don't deserve a response because it's some stuff you just don't get a response, especially if you got something negative. Yeah, because you can think negative and just keep it to yourself. But for you to share it with this person, like I might look through somebody's page and see something that they post, and I'm like, oh, why they do that? But I'm not gonna say it on the thing.
Just keep going. Like
I mean, like when people say it on your thing, like you really said it though. Like I mean, you can feel how you feel, but you saying it, putting it into the. I mean, so like. I just don't like when I first came from jail. Somebody said something to me on my Instagram, right? And I thought it was real. Like my son, like that everybody says that type of stuff. I said, everybody talk like that on that. I couldn't believe it. Like that, people just to say anything on there and just like don't care. Like I'm like humans now. It's like we like getting even going downhill. Like instead of going, you see, back in the '60s and '70s, they was like more together. Like blacks, like before they had businesses, they like the way they carry themselves and like. It's like we getting worse and worse and worse. We got no type of no values. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. The only reason I learned to have values because I wanted my kids to be better than me.
That's deep.
Because I know I was raised tore up and I think tore up. I'm trying to change how I think about stuff because I think how the streets think. You know what I mean? And I like a lot of times it's backwards. I'm talking about it's so wrong that it's the 360 degrees wrong. Like it's like so wrong. It's like damn, I was wrong. Like you know what I mean? So like I'm like, but I don't hang with a lot of people. I mean, because a lot of people I can't hang with no more because the way I think. And we can't be friends no more. I care about you, you my homie, but I can't. We can't hang together because the stuff I think about, you still like. 2-3 humans ago. Yeah,
that's the power. I mean, I think what you said about your kids, and I think it also takes a certain bravery. So like honestly, like shout out to our parents. I just got to say that because again, with the whole religious thing and like having to deal with that and worry about like what that's going to be like how is this going to be like when we got married, like both of our parents walked us down and the aisles and were able to rise above and do that. And I started low key having like fear for them, feeling like dang, like they're going to be getting hate, like people going to be giving them slack, like they're going to be hearing all this like, oh, you're supporting this and this. But I always raise this point too. if somebody has a baby and they're not married, most people are still going to the baby shower. Yeah. They're not going to say, oh, I'm not going to the baby shower because they're not married and they're out of wedlock. They're like, oh, what you need? I'm going to get you the gifts. I'm going to do this and that. But then if it's like, okay, two gay people are going to get married, then it's like,
but they really they don't want to go to your baby shower. They don't want their friends to see them going to the baby shower. They worry about what people want to think about them.
That's true.
So it ain't about them really not liking you per se. It's like they don't like. I don't know what people gonna say if I go to that gym. I said something to some guy in jail, right?
That's true.
And it made him cry, right? And it was so crazy. I'm like, mind you, he's a killer. He's an old killer. He's been in jail for about 45 years, right? And I was reading about science and learning how to do sign language and stuff in prison. So I said, you came to jail when you was like 17. You was like 60-something years. You're a whole different human. All your cells that you had from when you was that age is gone. You literally is a whole different human being. So the person that did that don't even exist no more, literally. And he's looking at me and he start like crying. It was crazy. I'm like, oh, I ain't mean for you to like, do that.
Right.
But he said, he said, I feel like a different human. I said, you are different. All your cells from 17, they don't live, they're dead. They're gone. You are literally not the same human being no more. And mind you, I'm just saying it because I just learned it. I just learned it. So he was like, and then when I said it like that, words got power. So you got to watch what you say.
That's true.
Words got power. Like your words can affect like somebody doing something or how somebody feel or how they look at themselves with the right words. That's when I start reading the dictionary. Like, I gotta learn more words. Like, I mean, so I gotta
learn more words.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, but when you want better, you do better.
That's true.
Like if I start seeing a psychiatrist before my son passed. Just because I'm like, I don't know how to keep a girl. I don't know how to do it. I mean, I've been in jail too much. Like, so I was like, let me try to learn how to be better. But people don't want it. If you keep saying nothing wrong with you, you're not gonna be better.
Yeah, that's true. Because we keep misdiagnosing our trauma for our personality traits.
Yeah, and we think saying we got a problem that makes you crazy or something wrong with you.
Yeah.
We
all got problems.
Yeah, we all got problems. I mean,
but can you highlight that a little bit though too? Because I feel like in our community, especially like when it comes to getting therapy, counseling, anything like that, it's like, oh no, I'm not doing that. So how did you just say? I know you said you wanted to do better.
When I was in jail, I wrote a list of stuff I wanted to change because I got tired of going back to jail. I'm like, I keep going to jail. I get out, I do it a little different, but I still go to jail. What can I do to be different? And one of my things on my list was like, you got to talk to somebody, like, because you never talk to nobody. You know what I mean? So I started talking, and it's so crazy. I never knew my life until I started talking to a person, because I never asked these questions like to somebody in my family or like why they don't like me or what. You know what I mean? And I started finding out stuff that I never would have knew if I never talked to. But I ain't gonna lie, like race made a difference. Like when I talked to the white lady about my problems, I felt like she understand. Not because she just was white, because her life is so different. She won't understand like small things. So I asked her, like, can I talk to somebody black? And I told her, like, it's not because you white per se, but like I don't think you will understand the ghetto, the slums, because they clump us together. And if you ain't there, or you lived around it for a little while, or you got family that lived in it, it's kind of stuff, you'll be appalled by some of it. Like, what? Like, it's like, I mean, and I don't feel comfortable saying it to you with my secrets and my stuff that I got and went through. I mean, so she's like, I understand that. I mean, she like, I said, but unless you sit here and tell me like, yo, no, I was lived down here, and I was down there. Yeah. You couldn't do that. So like, I mean, so like, certain like that I could understand. I mean, but like, plus I can't talk to somebody that I just think that they just judging me. I mean, you might not be, but I feel like you're still a human. You can go home and talk to your husband like, yeah, I talked to some guy, and that's how I feel. But I know if you look like me, you can't really say nothing about me because of this, because you're the same thing. You know what I mean? And I don't want to feel like holding nothing back because talking. So it's like I started talking to a black lady, then I started talking to some boy that was in prison before. He a psychiatrist now in LA, and he started making me feel like better, and like I started letting a lot of stuff off my soul. You know what I mean? Because your soul, whatever that soul is, you can feel it.
Yeah, that's facts. We definitely need that. That's important. That's why I had the Grief Bully podcast, because it's funny, when I was launching it, somebody was saying like for me not to put my face on the cover art because it could discourage certain people. I'm like, nah, but I want my people to be like, hold on, it's a girl. She got locked. Your face is money. She talking about this. We can talk about it. We can relate to it and feel more. Not that it's not for other cultures as well, but like, primarily, like I was feeling like in a black community, we don't deal with grief, we don't talk about it. We do candles, we do balloons, spray paint.
I'm gonna tell you, grief is for me. When I wake up in the morning, I can smile and I can laugh, I can talk to you, but I'm still hurt right here. Like every day, no matter what I'm doing, I feel like something's wrong. Like in the back of my head, I feel like something's wrong, like and something missing. And even when I forget about it, I feel something wrong. Like and I just didn't feel like this before. My nose, I started having nosebleeds real bad. Wow. Went to the doctor 3 days ago. She's like, you stressed? Are you like? I mean, so it's physically mess with you physically, like I'm talking about, it's a real thing that you feel it. Like, you mean, even if you're happy, like you can't be all the way happy.
That's true.
Like I'm never gonna be all the way happy again. Like I mean, when I die, I'm cool with it. I'm not saying I want to die today or no more, but it's because it's like you living, but you can't live your best life no more. You can't live your best life no more. Like, I don't care how much money you get. I don't care what you do. You can't live your best life no more because like a piece of you is dead. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about this gotta be somebody you really love. Like, I mean, they die and they leave you, especially if they die tragically, like, and be on fire or anything like that. Like, it's like you never get it. Like, if my son had cancer and I can go to the hospital and get prepared for it, my son was perfect. Nothing's wrong with him. You know what I mean? Perfect. Like, I mean, besides this nagging me, you know what I mean? And then just not have him no more is like, and you got to know to let me live. That's a punishment. Ooh. You living, and you out here smiling, and you get to go eat this, and you feel guilty. You feel guilty, and you feel like, damn, like, all I kept saying, the cop said, I kept saying, like, why could I not be in the car with you? I'm cool with dying with you. If you got to die, let me die with you at least. You know what I mean? Don't die and leave me here. Like, I mean, that's how I felt. Like, you left me. And it was a little while I was mad at him.
Yeah,
you know I mean?
Talk about that, because people don't talk about that enough. Like,
yeah, like, you left me. Like, it's like you left me like everybody. Like, you left me, dog. Like, I mean, it's crazy. I read his old text messages. Like, I just like, and it's so crazy I get to do it in my house because that's why I didn't want nobody around me when I was going through it. I was by myself. Like, I was in the house by myself because I was like, I ain't want them to think I was going crazy. Even though I probably was. I was doing like crazy stuff. I had them everywhere. I painted them on my wall one night. When we walk my, it's a big face on my wall and wings on it. It was like, I wanted him to come talk to me. Like, I said, I'm not going to be scared. Just come talk if you can. And I ain't going to front. That's when he came, popped on my TV. My daughter was there and it went away. Like, it was like some crazy stuff was going on. I mean, but I told you, I was in the grave telling myself, if you come as a ghost, I'm not going to be scared of you. That's what I kept telling him. I whispered in his ear. Because in Islam, you won't have to be in the coffin. Be in the sheet. So he's in the sheet. I got him in my arms, put him in the ground, and I'm talking to him this close to his ear. I mean, and it's so crazy. I wanted to take the sheet off so bad, just like, you know what I mean? And I was just telling him, like, yo, I'm your dad. Like, I'm not, I mean, then sometimes I come in the graveyard at nighttime when they close. You know what I mean? With my flashlight, you know what I mean? And I said, I know if you see me, you probably laughing because there's nobody else in here, nobody else ain't doing this, you know what I mean? And I got his face on there, you know what I mean? But it's like, it make me feel better. You know what I mean? And I come sit there and talk to him about what's going on and it make me feel better. But it's like, when I leave, it's like, then I'll be like, everybody don't realize they come in here. Because they'd be empty. I go to the graveyard, there's nobody there. Maybe one family. Everybody's forgotten, we all come in here. We need to really realize this is who we coming at. I mean, so because you would die, people forget about you after about 3 weeks. Yep. Come to the funeral, all right, that's it, I ain't coming no more. I mean, maybe a few people like you, I mean, but it'd be empty all the time when I go there. You know what I mean? And I was like, then I start saying, like, I can't go as much because I don't want to feel like he's in there.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to feel like he's somewhere else. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's so much to deal with that it's like, it's no words that can explain it. They don't have words to that explain how you feel. Because it's like, you can't really tell, like, it's like you happy, you living your life, but you feel it in, like, something's wrong. That's the best way I can explain it. Like, no matter what, you can't pinpoint it sometimes, but you know something's wrong. Something's missing and something's off. Yeah.
I always say I missed a part of me that died when you did. Because I just feel like I can't agree with you more that when certain people die, certain levels of love, like, it's just a really hard thing to understand. And I hope that, people don't have to experience that, but unfortunately I know that they will. And so I'm hoping that from this episode, they definitely can learn something, grow from that. And before we get out of here, I got one last question for you. If you had to choose a color for your grief, what would it be and why?
I think it'd be red. Because it's like, it's like, you'll notice it. It's like hard, it's bright, and it's like, you'll notice it. It's like black is my favorite color. But black is like more subtle. My grief is red. It's like, it's the highest it could be. You know what I mean? It's like a bright red, like a bright red. Like, it's crazy that you said that because they said when kids die, the color that they become when they soul leave is like a magenta or something like that color. Like, it's like a reddish color. You know what I mean? And it's so crazy like that you said that. I thought about grief in color. I was like red and it's like a splash of paint. Like a splash. Like a red splash. Because it hurt. And physically. And it's like, but you still got to get money. You still got to pay your bills. You still got to take care of people. You still got to be you. And that's the hard thing. Because you want to just say, man, I just want to sit in the house and just wait till I die. And just, but that's a waste. You don't want to die and regret like that. I had all that time and I wasted it not doing nothing. You got to make yourself be proactive and you got to make yourself. Then I said, I don't want, if my son if he's cool, I don't want to see him see me not cool.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
If you watch me, I want him to see me keep crying and keep being sad, even though he probably like understand because he like a spoiled brat. But it's like I don't want to make him sad. Especially if he's okay.
Right.
He might don't feel pain. He might don't feel none of the stuff that we feel down here. So I'm like, but you don't know. And the not knowing part is the part that kill you.
Yep.
The person here, then they just going. Where are they? Not their body. Where are they? The person that talked to you, the person that asked you this, that, 1,000 questions. Where they at? How can they just be going like that? You know what I mean? And it's like, that's the part like that when you look at, I tell people, look at your son now and your daughters. Just imagine they could not be here tomorrow. So when they do something that make you mad, don't just beat them or nothing. Just talk to them and love them as much as you can. Because at the end of the day, it's their life to mess up. I mean, like I told my son, it's your life to mess up. I could beat you and try to make you do right. But at the end of the day, it's your life to mess up. I mean, you could make your life easier, make your life hard. And sometimes we get caught up in punishing them before thinking about why we punishing them and what the outcome, the outcome to be. I mean, but when my son passed, I might start thinking about even. It made me like don't even want to love my kids sometimes. Like I don't want to, because they're gonna die. It's like you don't even want to even. The more you love them, the more. I mean, it don't matter what they're gonna die, whether you're gonna be alive or not. And it's just to think about them dying. It's like, oh my God, it's like they're gonna, even if they 50 or 70, it's your kid that's gonna die, and that make you feel like, oh, it was like, and I got a lot of kids. You know what I mean, so it's like, oh my God. I mean, I never thought about my kids dying. I just knowing that they're gonna die, even if it's when they're older. The fact that they are, it's like, damn, it's like a drag because you don't know where it's a drag, man. So I'm grieving bad. You know what I mean, but at the end of the day, I know I'm not the only one, and I can't just give up because I'm not the person to take easy routes. You know what I mean, so I'm the type of person that like I want to make somebody take my pain and make them appreciate what they got, their problems more. You might got a problem with money. Imagine losing your child.
Yeah.
I trade problems with you. I'll be poor. You know what I mean? So I just take my pain and just be glad that it's not yours and make you appreciate what you're not going through.
Yeah, that's deep, man. Listen, it's been a powerful, powerful episode, conversation with Oschino. Man, I knew and hoped that it would be like a good conversation. I knew it would be, but this was like exceeded everything. And I think that our community, I'm confident, is going to feel different levels, different communication, different healing. It's going to be a possibility. Make sure that you're following, checking Oschino out, everything that he's got going on. You've been a great guest here, and it's just been a dope conversation, and I look forward to continuing to build with you guys. You already know where I'm rocking out the most on Instagram. Make sure you follow me there at I_am_J.Nicole, guys. So next time, you already know. Love and light. Peace.